It's time to bear down. Mike Berman is here to bring you the best of the Bears.
There's a Berman.
Where?
On the Bears.
Oh. Every hit, every touchdown, every Monday. Berman on the Bears. Brought to you by the Berman Auto Group on the Big 89 WLS.
Matt Bubala in for Steve Cochran this morning. Mike Berman from NBC5 Sports. Berman on the Bears. Hey, Mike, how are you?
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Isn't it nice?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
Isn't it nice
So
to be here and be
happy.
happy and excited?
Yes, and the sun is out.
Are we doing a parade route later today for the first win at home in 13 months?
We should.
We should. Yeah, they're setting up for the parade right now because we're all so excited. It's like we won the Super Bowl. We just won a game.
It's in Arlington Heights, though. That's the issue.
All right.
Mike, what are your impressions? I mean, are you calling for Justin to be traded now? Is this it? Is it over? Is it Tyson's time?
Cut him. Cut Fields.
Jeez.
Trade
Yes.
him.
Wow.
Just
Yes.
dump him. Yeah.
What do you think? Like, because Fields was on the sidelines and Bagent was playing so well, do you think, even though Coach says yes, it's still Fields' job, he could come back next week, but is there a chance that we see Tyson again?
Jane's just
You know it.
So you're trying so hard, aren't you, Jane?
You know it.
To make this the Tyson Bagent show.
We're looking at it to be called the Chicago Bagents, by the way.
Yeah, I believe trademark change being filed with the league office as we speak.
That's right.
I think there's no chance that Tyson Bagent is the Bears starter if Justin Fields is healthy. But I think that we can still enjoy watching him in the story in the meantime. And as it relates to Fields, by the way, Matt Eberflus said the Bears should know a little more about when he might get back on the field later today. So we may hear something from Flus when he holds his press conference at Hallis Hall. But you know what? Bagent's a great story. I think that this is part of what we love about sports is the underdog. And he is truly the definition of an underdog. A guy who was barely recruited at all as a high school quarterback, despite winning state championships and being successful. Then he goes to a D2 school and sets the world on fire. He was amazing at Shepherd University, but still is an undrafted free agent, but beats out a veteran backup in P.J. Walker to make the Bears roster. And then when he gets his shot, he shines. He was prepared. He had said during the week, look, I've beaten all the odds that were set out there for me from where I've come from to where I am. I got nothing to lose. And to me, he played like a guy who had nothing to lose. Now, credit the Bears and Luke Getsy. They put together a game plan that was very manageable. They didn't ask him to do a lot. It was a lot of getting rid of the ball real quick, short passes, lots of handoffs, and the running game with Deontay Foreman was terrific. But he's still got to execute the game plan, and he did that, and he looked comfortable. All of his teammates said he looked like he belonged. He looked like he'd been here before, and he's now batting 1,000. He's 1-0 as a starter in the NFL. Pretty cool.
It's such a feel-good story, and if we had, say, a future Hall of Famer, say Aaron Rodgers was our normal starting quarterback and he was out for a week and Bagent came in, then this would be nothing but, oh my God, this is the greatest thing. It's the greatest story. The problem is everybody's questioning our starting quarterback. So it turns into this, oh my gosh, what are we doing wrong? Should this guy be the guy? Talk a little bit more about, you said the Bears really game plan for Tyson and his strengths. That seems to be what they don't seem to do when Justin is a starting quarterback. Is it the problems we have when Justin has been starting, do you blame those more on Justin not progressing enough or the Bears not understanding what to do with him?
I mean, I think that the blame is shared, but I really do place it a little more heavily on the coaching staff because the times that Justin Fields has been most successful is when the game plan seems to really, skew towards his strengths of, rolling out and giving him the option to use his legs or throw. And when you're not asking him to drop back and stand in the pocket and survey the whole field, he even said, that one time early in the season where he kind of called out the coaches during his Wednesday press conference. He basically said, they're trying to make me a pocket passer, and that's not truly at my core what I am. I'm a guy who can beat you with my legs or my arm. And so when we've seen the coaches design the kind of game plan that makes defenses really respect his ability to win with both of those elements, I think that's when he's been most successful. But at the same time, he's got to be better, at having that internal clock ticking, and knowing when to get out of the pocket, knowing when to get rid of the ball, making smarter decisions, letting it rip sometimes on some of those throws downfield. So, I mean, look, it's chicken and egg. Mm-hmm. There's definitely blame to be shared. And ultimately, I think that, these last, what are we? The Bears are now 2-5. So these last 10 games, and hopefully, I don't know if Fields will be back this week, but hopefully he's back sooner rather than later. And we see over these last couple months of the season, a guy who's moving more towards, with the help of the coaching staff, the kind of long-term quarterback the Bears can trust to make a financial investment in.
I don't know, guys. I mean, maybe Tyson Bagent could be the next Brock Purdy. I'm seeing it. It's kind of the same story.
It's similar in a way, in that they're unheralded guys. Now Brock Purdy was a Big 12 quarterback, and he was at least a draft pick, right. Though the last pick, Mr. Irrelevant.
Right.
But I know, Jane, again, you're trying to invent Tyson Bagent leading the Bears to the Super Bowl. You're manifesting it.
Did you invest in him? Are you you own a share or something?
No, I watched him yesterday just like everybody else, and I was excited and fired up just like the team was on the field.
Mike, if you had to play out the rest of the season, assuming we're not making the playoffs, assuming it's still a lost season, for you, would the best thing to be is to see growth in Justin and a reinvestment in Justin, or would you rather say, well, Caleb Williams is coming up, and if we got the top two picks, we can make a decision then?
Great question. I mean, I would cheer for Justin Fields to really show that he's got it. I would love to see that happen, because I think he's really invested. I think he's got all the skills. I think he wants it to happen here in Chicago. The question is, will it? But I think it'd be great to see him really show, like that Washington game a few weeks ago and the Broncos game before it, even though he made a couple of key mistakes, we saw in those two games a guy that has the potential to be a franchise quarterback and a guy the Bears can trust to invest in and build around. I would love to see Justin Fields that we saw against the Broncos and the Commanders continue to play out and evolve over the remainder of the season, and for him to be healthy and for the Bears to feel good about that. Because you know what, guys? Everyone always loves the idea of the next quarterback, Caleb Williams or Drake May from North Carolina. But let's not forget, this Bears team has plenty of other holes it could fill. So you could use those two high draft picks in the first round elsewhere to help this team build as well.
But for now, we're celebrating. Let's celebrate right now with yesterday's play of the game.
Bagent's got to be sharp here. 3rd and goal.
Bagent with time. Throws it short. Foreman with the catch. Foreman to the end zone for the touchdown. And the first career touchdown pass for Tyson Bagent.
There it is. All right, Mike Berman from NBC Sports. Thanks so much for jumping on, buddy.
You got it, guys. Let's enjoy this win, because who the heck knows when it's going to happen again.
We'll see you at the parade.
All right, we'll see you at the parade later. Bye, guys.
Thanks.
Bears fans, Berman on the Bears brings you the hits every Monday. Brought to you by the Berman Auto Group, right here on the Big 89 WLS.